Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be doing a video that's motorcycle related, which is nice. We haven't had many of those videos on the channel and I feel bad for it. I wish I could provide some more, but currently we just got this bike right now to work with, which is actually what this video is going to be about. Since I haven't had the WR for a while, I felt like, I've been riding this Royal Enfield for quite a bit, and I think it'd be cool to make a little review video for it. Nothing very in depth, but I feel a lot of people don't know a lot about these bikes. They're kind of just, you don't hear about this name that often when you go riding or see this bike that often. So I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of information on this bike. So starting off with the engine, this is a 500cc single cylinder engine, and it's amazing. When my dad first got this bike, I had a 250 at the time. I think I had a CBR 250, and I was like, oh wow, this is gonna be a lot faster, double displacement. But man, was I wrong. When I first rode this bike, it's crazy how slow it is. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because there are some really nice engine characteristics that are associated with it. But what I did notice is it's really underpowered on the highway. I mean, I think the top speed of this bike is probably around 80 to 85, and it barely gets there. And it's the engine vibrates quite a bit, so it's not going to be good for higher speed riding or long distance. But the thing that's really nice about it is it creates an amazing exhaust note and just has a lot of character. Whenever you ride it, it's really fun to ride this bike for me, because compared to other bikes and a lot of new bikes, what happens is very predictable. Like, you'll have kind of similar sounds and all that, but this engine always seems to produce a new note of sound, and it definitely makes the riding experience a lot more enjoyable. Alright guys, next thing I think that we should talk about is the aesthetics and appearance of this motorcycle. And I think those who are looking into buying this motorcycle, that's probably going to be your primary reason. Definitely not for performance or anything like that, or long distance riding or touring, but it's just the look of the motorcycle is quite different than anything else you see on the road. And one really cool thing I note about this whenever I ride it around and park it, and people will come up to me and be like, wow, what year is that? Like, expecting me to say, like, I don't know, like 1945 or something. And then I tell them it's like a 2015, and their mind's just blown. So I think it's really cool that there's a manufacturer out there still creating a bike that has that very retro vintage look, while still offering many of the modern technology that's found in bikes, such as fuel injection, disc brakes, some other things that were lacking back then. So I think that's going to be your primary reason for buying this bike, and I think it was the primary reason for my dad buying this bike. I think it's just a very cool looking motorcycle, and you're going to get a lot of attention when you ride it around. And so if you want that attention, I think this bike's going to be great for you. Alright, now let's talk a little bit about handling. Whenever I ride motorcycles, honestly, probably the most fun thing about them is not necessarily the speed or anything, but just how they handle. So I've taken this down many twisty roads, and although it has these crash bars right here, I do find it to be relatively impressive and still joyful to ride throughout the twisties. Of course, you're not going to get that lean angle like sport bikes and stuff, but for what it is, and take it for what it is, it's going to perform relatively well, and you can still have fun in those twisty roads, which I think motorcycling is all about. Alright, so to finish off this video, I'm just going to kind of talk about the price of this motorcycle and my honest opinion, if it's worth it, who's the audience for this. So I think these are brand new. I would say you could get for around mid-5. I think that's a pretty good estimation, so maybe around $5,500. I'd say around there, $5,500 to $6,000 is about the price for this motorcycle new, which may sound kind of steep, but then again, for what type of character and the appearance that you're getting for it, you can kind of see where someone would pay that type of money for such a bike. And so personally, I wouldn't get this bike just because I don't know, I feel too young and I'm more of into the higher performance type bikes, but I definitely think it's a great contender and an option for those who are looking for a retro vintage styled bike and kind of want to go back to that World War II, you know, war looking bike, and you're gonna get a lot of attention. So yeah, I hope you guys really like this video. Please comment down below, like, subscribe, and tell me what other videos you guys want to see. All right guys, I'll see you later.